Hi, Kinders. I wanted to read this book to you called A Butterfly is Patient. And it's by Diane Hutz Ashton and Sylvia Long. So here we go. A Butterfly is Patient. All right, there's butterfly wing. This book is pretty cool because, let me see if I get it right. These are all different kinds of caterpillars. And then at the end of the book, we're going to see something cool happen to all these caterpillars. But I wanted to show you, there's some interesting looking caterpillars. Look at this one, way over here. And these all turn into butterflies. So, here we go. I think I have it right. A butterfly is patient. A butterfly is patient. It begins as an egg beneath an umbrella of leaves, protected from rain, hidden from creatures that might harm it, until the caterpillar inside chews free from its egg casing, tiny, wingless, hungry to grow. A butterfly is creative. A caterpillar feeds on leaves, eating so much that it must molt or shed its skin many times. It can grow up to 30,000 times larger than it was when it took its first bite. If you look here, here is the first little caterpillar. And then it gets pretty big by the time it goes to a chrysalis. Once a caterpillar has eaten all that it needs, it creates a protective covering called a chrysalis. Curled inside the chrysalis, it is growing wings. Now it is time for metamorphosis, changing from one form to another. A butterfly is helpful. Butterflies, like bees, help pollinate plants so that they can reproduce or make seeds. As a butterfly flits from flower to flower, sipping nectar, tiny grains of pollen cling to its body, then fall away onto other flowers. Seeds are only produced when pollen is transferred between flowers of the same species. This is called pollination. A butterfly is protective. Butterflies use their wings to protect themselves from predators such as hungry birds, lizards, and other insects. Some butterflies have markings on their wings called eye spots. Scientists don't know what they are used for, perhaps to scare away predators or attract mates. Here are some eye spots right here. Wings can help butterflies camouflage or hide themselves in the environment. One kind of butterfly, the peacock butterfly, makes a hissing sound by rubbing its wings together when it is alarmed. Here is a butterfly camouflage. So we see these leaves, and then there is the butterfly. That's pretty cool. A butterfly is poisonous. The warning colors of some butterflies' wings, yellows, reds, oranges, whites, and blacks, tell predators that they are poisonous or bad tasting. Monarchs and pipevine swallowtails eat poisonous plants as caterpillars so that they become poisonous as adults. Birds and other insects have learned not to eat them. So monarch butterflies are poisonous to birds and other animals that eat them. They're not poisonous to us if they land on us or if we touch one. It's just that if you eat one when you're a bird, that would not be a good choice. A butterfly is spectacular. I'm going to let you look as I figure out the camera angle. All these different beautiful butterflies. A butterfly is thirsty. To find flowers, butterflies smell the air with their antennae. They taste with their feet, but sip nectar, the sweet liquid produced by many flowers, with a proboscis, a tongue that coils and uncoils. When our butterflies hatch, I will zoom in on one when they're eating because you can see their proboscis come out. And that's kind of how they get their food, their liquid. Some butterflies get their nourishment from rotting fruit or minerals. Often, a kaleidoscope of butterflies gathers as a puddle club in mud near a pond or a lake to drink water rich in salts and minerals. At school, we have a butterfly garden, and it's right outside the shed that's kind of by the extra innings door. That's the butterfly garden, and we like to plant butterfly-friendly flowers in there every year. And you'll see that there's a bunch of stones in that area, and one of the reasons there's all these little stones is that they kind of collect little puddles of water, and then the butterflies can go and get some minerals and stuff by splashing in puddles. So they don't like to go in deep puddles because that's too deep for them, but they like little light puddles to get their minerals in. So there you go. A butterfly is big. The rare Queen Alexandra's birdwing is the largest butterfly in the world, with wings that can span up to 1 foot. It lives in the rainforest in northern Papua New Guinea. So here's how big it actually is. It's probably as big as your face, bigger than your face. Now there's another butterfly on this page. Let's see if I can get you to... It's the opposite of what I think it's going to be for this. Do you see this little tiny one? So butterfly is big and tiny. The smallest is the rarely seen Aryan small blue found in Afghanistan with a wingspan of less than 1/3 of an inch, about the length of a grain of rice. So this big butterfly is found here in Papua New Guinea, which is near Australia. And then the tiny one is found in Afghanistan, which is over here, if I can get it. And that's kind of by India and Russia. Okay. A butterfly is scaly. A rainbow of shiny, powdery scales cover the wings of a butterfly, scales stacked like shingles on a roof. Without scales, its wings would be as transparent as the wings of a bee or a dragonfly. So it's not just one piece, it's all these little tiny scales stacked on top of each other to make their wings. The colors, patterns, and shapes of a butterfly's wing have a purpose. Some use their pattern of colors to attract mates. In places where the climate is cool, dark scales absorb heat from the sun, warming the butterfly's flight muscles. Butterflies are cold-blooded and must have a body temperature of 86 degrees to fly. A butterfly is not a moth. Butterflies and moths belong to the same family of insects, the Lepidoptera, which means scale wing. They are the only insect with scaly wings, but there is a difference between them. Moths appeared on Earth between 100 and 190 million years ago. Butterflies 40 million years ago during the Cretaceous period, when flowering plants and the nectar most butterflies need to survive evolved. Nearly every kind of butterfly flies during the day, while most moths fly at night. A moth spins a cocoon made of silk, while a butterfly wraps itself in a chrysalis or exoskeleton made from its skin. So that's a little bit about the differences between those. A butterfly is a traveler. Most butterflies, such as the red admiral or the common buckeye, migrate a short distance to find a warmer place, but some, like the monarch, travel far. Although monarchs weigh only as much as a few rose petals, they can fly almost 3,000 miles from Canada to their winter home in Mexico at the rate of 20 miles per hour. 20 miles per hour. Glider pilots have reported seeing monarchs flying at the altitude of 11,000 feet, higher than some clouds. And we live where there are monarchs here in the summer, and then they migrate down to Texas and Mexico. So you will see monarchs in the summer here, and at some point you'll start to see them start to gather in groups, and then they'll fly down to warmer climate. My friend lives in Mexico near the mountains where they all gather, and she's been up into the mountains to see them, and the trees are so covered with monarchs that they look like the leaves on the tree. So I think that would be fun to see. Yep, here they are. A butterfly is magical. Monarchs gather in huge numbers in the forests of central Mexico waiting for spring. Then they fly north to the milkweed plants in North America, where they lay their eggs. Now it is time again for their metamorphosis. So they kind of look like this on the trees. Pretty cool. One thing you can do to help monarchs is plant some milkweed somewhere in your yard, because they like to lay their eggs and then eat the milkweed when they're caterpillars. A butterfly is patient. The egg hatches, the caterpillar emerges, feasting on leaves before it wraps itself into its warm protective chrysalis, patiently waiting to soar. There we go. And then remember the all the caterpillars at the beginning of the book? At the end of the book, they all turn into butterflies. Let me see if I can do this. So look at all those beautiful kinds of butterflies. They don't all live in Minnesota, so we don't see all these kinds, but they're pretty beautiful. So I hope you liked the book, A Butterfly is Patient. I hope you learned some things about butterflies. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.